So now that we've told our story and connected to the hiring manager through our resume, the next step is to make a case for ourselves. We're going to talk about the cover letter. And this is what it is. You have an opportunity now to tell them why they should hire you. And it just revolves around the three pillars. And that's that. Can I do the job? Can I fit into your culture? And what added value do I bring to the game? The elements of a cover letter are first, it's your intro. Tell what job you're applying to. This is actually one thing that annoys me about students. They ask me about stuff and they don't have any introduction in it, which tells me what class they're in or anything else. And considering I have 120 students, I don't memorize everybody's name. I'm sorry. First thing you do is go over your skills. Why your skills fit the job. How are you going to fit into their culture? This requires you to do some research, reach out to some people, get some background information of when they think of their ideal employee, what do they look like? And finally, what added value you bring to the table. These are the elements we're going to discuss. For example, here's an example in a cover letter of added value. And what do? First, I quantify my achievements, that my programs have produced large ROIs, growth in flat markets, and because I have such a large background with an MBA and a PhD, I can understand the engineering and the business. And there are very few people you can find like that. And this is the bottom line. And this sentence is a little long, but it does summarize what I'm offering. By being able to see different perspectives and approaching challenges, this has enabled my departments to be fast, creative, and efficient. And so I tell what the bottom line is. Now, here's another example of a cover letter. First part turn out with is skills. So first, what is the job? Next is little blurb about you and what it is that you're great at. Why should I hire you? And I tie that into what skills do I bring to the table? Why did this happen? Then next I talk to the added value, which is all my degrees. And the culture is just one sentence, but somewhere in the paragraph, make some kind of comment about the company. Now this one is, I have to admit, this is kind of cheap, but it gets the point about what drew me to Crane. The service and products that you provide for customers is exceptional. And yeah, it's kind of generic, but what it does say is I was approached to you because you're the best product. And that's what I want to work in because I'm a product developer. I needed to be more specific about this, but this was one of my early cover letters. But when people write cover letters, they don't do this. They just take a template and then they just fill it out. But put some thought into it. Think it and make it unique. But what you're touching on is your 3 points. If there are weaknesses that are very, very large that you think you need, like for example, you're a banjo player and you want to code for Google and you actually are a magnificent coder, then explain that. Better for you to control the narrative. The con of doing this is you might be tipping them off to problems that they don't really care about. The most important thing is don't be negative. Always put a positive spin or a neutral spin on something. And when I deal with things like they ask, are you a half full or half empty glass kind of person? And I say I'm neither. When I was asked that question in an interview, my answer was, I'm neither. I said, there's 4 ounces of water in the cup. I deal with the reality of the situation. Then the guy said, whoa, let's take a break here. He said, I've never had anybody answer that way before. I need to figure this out. Anyway, that's one way of getting away from negative emotions. If you apply to 100 jobs, how many different cover letters do you need? That's right, 100. Same thing as your resume. Everyone needs to be unique. Just don't mass mail it out. Your interface matters. Use paragraphs. Oh my God, that seems like a stupid comment to make, but I cannot tell you how many ASU students send me a letter and it's no paragraphs. The thing is, when you're skimming, you need spaces. Not only that, the lead sentence of paragraphs tell me whether or not it's worthwhile to read the rest of the paragraphs. In general, the IEEE says a paragraph should never go beyond 15 lines, and I actually think that's a good rule. Use spaces. Use spaces between your paragraph. Again, you want to chop it up so that they can read it effectively. And also personalize it in some way. Mention the company's name. Mention how you know this company through this, how you relate to it. Don't get too personal, but on a professional level. And that's the gist of a cover letter. Now it's up to you to tailor it for each and every one.